This seat is still short. Let me try to get my seat. Oh, we go. Alright. Let's rock and roll. Now, here, this right here. This one.
You want to use the stool? It ain't got no back on it.
I'm good with it. Some other ones ain't got it right. You know, my homie is doing the thing. You know, I'm gonna roll with him.
That's true. It's recording?
It's recording. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I ain't know recording.
Yeah.
I apologize.
We ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready.
We're back. LUDebate Podcast, second episode. With your host, with the most, Ryan Gaines.
Okay, a little flavor. I like that. All right. Yeah.
You know, I got to add a little something.
I know that. You have to.
You know, it's our culture, you know. Got to add a little bit of our culture into this podcast.
Yeah.
If we didn't, what we going to be?
I know. Just like everybody else. We ain't like everybody else.
Absolutely not.
Come on, man.
Come on. You already know, 4.0, President's Honor Roll, researcher, psychologist.
Yeah.
The big dog.
Yeah.
President of the Debate Club.
Right.
Can't forget about my co-host, though, Mr. Marlon Edwards.
Yeah, I was President's Honor Roll, too. Back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, I graduated cum laude. What about it? Cum laude? No, I'm just kidding. I did, though. I did.
What frat you repping?
Alpha Phi Alpha. There is only one. Isn't there? Isn't there?
You gonna start a flame war, man. You gonna start a war.
I mean, I'm not being divisive or divisive, but isn't there only one fraternity?
I've heard of other ones. I believe so.
What you heard of?
I think I don't know. I'm really not into frats, but I think there are like 4 others, especially.
No, yeah, I'm just messing with y'all. I love all the fraternities and the sororities. I'm telling the truth. That's black greatness. That's black greatness right there. But if I had to choose which one was the best, of course, I would choose the Alphas.
I wonder why.
Yep.
Very accomplished man, sitting to my right. Couldn't have done this podcast without him. Let that be said.
Black and gold. Hey, shout out. You know, check me out on IMDb. Go to my YouTube page at Marlon Ladd. Look me up everywhere, Marlon Ladd. Professor Edwards at Langston. You got to, because if you don't, they won't even know.
That's true.
They won't even know.
That's true.
We have to do, what do they say? Selfless promotion.
Okay.
Shameless. Yeah.
Shameless promotion.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be braggadocious, but
right.
you're not braggadocious. You just
want to let people know.
Yeah.
And I always forget to let people know, so I got to start like doing better about that. You know, my dad used to always say, he passed away in 2017, but he was like, if I did what you did, I'd be telling everybody all the time, and that's just how he was.
Yeah.
He was like very confident, and he would just let people know. And I have a problem like self-promoting because I don't want to appear vain. But so it's hard for me to like promote myself, but I gotta get into that habit.
I mean, but like you said, after you promote yourself though, everybody's gonna know how talented you are and how incredible you are at filmmaking, because y'all don't realize Mr. Marlon pretty much put everything up. You got the lights up, got that blue light back there, got the camera, got the mics working. He taught me how to do everything on this set. So y'all don't understand how talented he is and how talented he has been for a long time. Let's get that straight. He been doing this for decades. Yeah. It's not his first rodeo.
No, it's not. I've been riding this bull for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We want people to recognize that. So go and promote whatever you're gonna promote, man.
I'm done. I don't. Yeah, just you know what? You can Google me at Marlon Ladd, and whatever you see, whatever film you want to watch. A Dangerous Prey just came out. Got 2 more movies coming out this year, so just Google me and see what you like, if you like anything.
And you know he a model too, so he does everything. He's teacher, model, filmmaker. He does everything.
And a father and a husband. That's the real important stuff.
It's the most important stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's get into women and men. Talking about fathers, being husbands. We gonna talk a little bit about the WNBA today, the NBA, pay gaps. If you don't know, Caitlin Clark, very prominent woman basketball player, one of the most prominent, not just woman, but basketball player, period. Mm-hmm. She's been very active for years. Well, 2 years now in college.
I think she's the most celebrated women's collegiate athlete, maybe men too, of all time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it was in the news today, like the contract that she just signed and how much it was for. So it was a 4-year deal for, I believe it was $338,000, and over 4 years, like that might sound like a lot, but get this: for her first season, she's making $76,000 a year.
To put that into perspective, the average NBA men's salary is $9 million a year.
Yeah, and even that seems pretty low, but yeah.
Yeah, $9 million a year for the men's, and we kind of want to talk about this, and we want to set the record straight. We don't want to give no opinions, really. We want to give our opinions, but we
want to give you the facts.
Yeah, the facts. The facts are, and I think there's a lot of misconception, is that the women are at fault. The women are not at fault at all. They play their game. They play their game incredibly well. They're the best basketball players in the world. But it's the WNBA, because the NBA has a thing where 50% of the revenue from the team and from the league goes to the players. 50%. It's half and half. The WNBA only has about 20% of that, and that's not even just from the team in the league. That's from only the team. Yeah. So that's only T-shirt sales and merchandise, not including anything that the league does with the stadium and stuff like that. So only 20% of the team revenue goes to the players, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of other issues to kind of talk about with the pay disparity because, the NBA has been around for a lot longer. Yeah. They've built that brand, but they're all under the same umbrella now. So it's a question of what should be happening and how much they should get paid. To me, I feel like a player of Caitlin Clark's caliber coming out making $76,000 for the first year is, you can go out and get a job. It might not be doing something that you love, but you could probably make more money than that. Yeah. And the thing is, she's going to make more money on her sponsorships than she is like playing basketball.
She's probably making already a couple million just with NIL deals.
She's going to make, with her sponsorships, from what I read, she's going to be making $3 million already, which is good. But, hey, let's not forget about the salary. It should be higher. Now, contrast that with, Steph Curry. And I know there's a lot of other issues to talk about. Steph Curry, proven player, all this kind of stuff. But he's going to make almost $52 million in just 2024 alone. Now, he's got a lot of accolades to go with that. But even the best players in the WNBA, they make the highest paid player, from what I saw and researched, makes $234,000 a year. That's not even close to Steph Curry or anybody else really in the NBA, unless you get like a 10-day contract. So the pay needs to be better. And I mean, look, women's basketball is becoming more and more exciting. And now that they have like better promotion, we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Like, I was watching women's college basketball this year for like the first time in a long time, because it's just that exciting. And I mean, the sky is the limit, I feel like. So pay these players more. Consider it an investment.
I think that's what a lot of articles were talking about. Like, a lot of people are kind of afraid to make that investment because they're afraid that it's not going to pan out. And
it's ridiculous.
I agree. It's completely ridiculous. But there is hope. It's not all doom and gloom. Every article that me and Mr. Marlon read has said, like, okay, we're on up and up. Basically, the NBA is on up and up. They said if we want to compare it to the NBA, the WNBA, of course, is 50 years younger, but they're in the like 70s era that the NBA was in. So it's kind of the same timeline. 70s was 50 years away. 50 years ago. The WNBA is 50 years younger than the NBA. So eventually, they will catch up. But it shouldn't be an issue of eventually, because the NBA is also going to continue to grow.
Right.
We don't want it to be like the women are going to catch up eventually. We want it to be like they should be here now.
And to piggyback on something that you just said, when we're talking about investing, everybody knows that there's a risk associated with investing. But to invest in the WNBA, like, I mean, that's almost like a guarantee. It's almost like if you're investing in the NBA, and we have the NBA and the WNBA like under the same umbrella, like the NBA ain't going nowhere. So therefore, neither is the WNBA.
Yeah.
Like, are women athletes just going to disappear off the planet? No, they're not. So, like, that's a safe investment. But when you invest your money, you know that there's risk involved. And there's very little risk in this, in my opinion. And, the NBA could say, hey, you know what? We want, like, better quality players. We want more investment. We want more people to come and watch the WNBA. So we're going to just pay them more. We're going to take some of our billions and just pay these athletes more.
Yeah, so they can actually get like flights to their games and adequate practice facilities.
Yeah, man, come on.
I kind of find it ridiculous that Ice Cube put out a bid for his
3-on-3.
Yeah, his 3-on-3 for Caitlin Clark. That was like $5 million. You couldn't have put that into the WNBA. You could, like it's kind of what we were talking about last episode, like that kind of selfishness, because that's kind of selfish. The WNBA is an established property that have thousands of women going in it, thousands of workers, but you chose to do your own thing, and it's probably gonna fail.
Well, I feel like the investment should probably come from like more women. Because it's the same thing when you look at like African Americans in this country. Like, we're always waiting on somebody else to invest in us when we should be doing it ourselves. That way you keep the power, right? And so there are people out there that could invest in the WNBA. Beyonce, Oprah, like Rihanna. And these are billionaires. You don't even have to invest that much money.
Yeah.
But you could invest and you could turn this thing into, something bigger than what it is. So, there is the argument that, the NBA should do this or men should do that or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's going to take women to step up for women because only women understand those struggles, that pay disparity and things like that. So it shouldn't have to be like that. But unfortunately, in our society, it is right